Hello, Mr. Fry's Algebra 2 class. I'm looking at the rest of this discriminant worksheet that you were working on today in class. I believe if you were in class, they did the bottom of this. I'm only going to do the odd ones, and I'm going to do more than probably what was done in class. But try the even ones. These are pretty easy, and I'll make sure for the even ones, I'll set you up. So take a look at number 7. I have to get it set to 0, so I'm going to get rid of this 8, so I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. So the only thing I can do here is subtract 8, so I get 0, and negative 2 minus 8 is negative 10. Okay, so this is my A, my B, and my C. So I write the formula down every time, the discriminant formula, which is b squared minus 4 times A times C, right? And I just plug in. My B is 7 minus 4 times my A is 7 times my negative 10. I just put those in parentheses. You just put it in your calculator just like that, and you'll get 329. Now, my notes, this is just my notes from class. If when you're figuring out b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, you have two real solutions. If it ends up being equal to 0, you have one real solution. And this is what the discriminant does. This is all you're figuring out. So kind of easy. B squared minus 4ac is less than 0, then you have no real solutions, and you're going to have solutions that are going to include imaginary numbers, which I'm sure we'll be getting into later. Number 9, I set it to 0, so I get rid of the 4 on both sides, and it ends up being negative 1 over here now instead of plus 3. So here's my A, my B, and my C is negative 1. So I put my B's and my A's in the formula, work it out, I get 41. And there's going to be two real solutions. If you're doing 8 and 10, remember that when you rewrite this, it's going to be, and I'll just write it in red, minus 7m. So you're subtracting 4 from both sides, so you're going to have plus 2. So this is your A, this is your B, this is your C. So make sure you include that negative whenever you see a minus there, okay? And then this one, it's going to be negative 4k squared minus 4k, and adding 4 to both sides, so plus 10. So here's your A, here's your B, here's your C. Make sure you're including the negatives. Wait for that to not be blurry. Okay, taking a look at number 11. I add 7 to both sides. I have nothing back here for C, so I have a 0 for my C. So when I plug all that in, and you'll notice that I put this in parentheses. My B, because my B is negative 6, so when I'm squaring that, I put it in parentheses. Notice if it's not a negative, I don't need to put it in parentheses, because on your calculators, it will not take into consideration the negative unless it is in parentheses. Okay? So that's why I have it in parentheses there. Just do it that way, and you should get 36 and two real solutions. When you work out 13 to equal 0, you should get negative 1 as your C, and here's your B, here's your A, and you should work that out in your calculator to be 0, and so that means you'll have one real solution. That means it's going to hit the x-axis just in one spot. It's going to sit right on there. This one, you're going to have 10, because I subtracted 4 from both sides. And so here's your B, here's your A, here's your C. In the formula, you should get 169. That would be two real solutions. Once again, how do I know one real solution, two real solutions? Once again, from the notes. If this is greater than 0 when you work it out, you get two real solutions. If it's equal, you get one real solution. I don't have any examples of no real solutions, but I'm sure you'll have them when you're doing the even ones at some point. I think I left off with 17. Did I do that one? Here it is. Here's 17. Worked out with your A, B, and your B, A, and your C. And then here's this one. I added 10 to both sides, end up getting a +1 for your C. Here's your B, here's your A. Once again, I put it in parentheses because your calculator will not honor that negative, and it really needs to. And you get 0 and you get one real solution. Hopefully this helps. And set up these the same way. Just get rid of this, set it to 0, and then remember you have your A, B, and whatever that ends up being, your C. So A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. And then just plug those into that formula right there, and you should be good to go.